Well, welcome back to another episode of Siblings in Crime. I'm Allie Russell.
And I'm Blake Murphy.
And just as it sounds, we are siblings who love true crime.
Yes, love it.
Absolutely love it. We're sorry we're a little late this week.
I'm not sorry.
Okay, we're not sorry. But this week is a little different because typically we have a whole case planned out. We deep dive into all the different details, forensics, court case, all that. However,
Allie was feeling lazy.
I was feeling so lazy. Reason being, I have a baby in my tummy.
Yeah, she's pregnant.
I'm pregnant and I'm
With
so
a
excited.
boy.
With a boy. Yes. So this last week has been crazy. We did our little gender shindig, found out we're having a little baby boy. Mm-hmm. We kind of spilled the beans right before. Brett and I found out on our own. Gonna tell our family and accidentally kept bringing up the fact that it's gonna be blue powder. So kind of spilled the beans, but whatever, it's our baby, so it's fine.
Yeah.
So because of that, I was very distracted. And then Brett and I were in Utah. Blake was in Arizona. We just got back in town. So we just been all over the place and haven't been able to focus on the case. So we're doing what Blake's been talking about for a very long time. And we're doing Reddit stories. So typically this would be on a not episode, like a full episode day.
It'd be like an extra.
Yeah, it'll
like
be like a bonus episode. However, since I already had this ready and we want to do something different, that's what we're going to be doing today. So as always, if you haven't, please like, subscribe, everything else.
Yes, ma'am.
Luckily today we have Mario with us.
It's me.
Yeah, the red hat is just too good. He gets a lot of compliments on his mustache, so it's a compliment.
Yep. Yeah, I guess.
You guess.
One thing I was gonna say is now that Allie's having a boy, it's time for me to officially become the uncle, the cool uncle, the uncle that loves sports, that teaches them the ropes with girls.
Okay.
The uncle that buys them things, spoils them a little bit.
One time, okay.
You know, tells them dirty things.
Cool
jokes.
Uncle Blake.
Yeah. Cool Uncle
Dirty
Blake.
jokes.
I don't know. Like a little brother. I never had a brother.
That's true. One time Blake was like...
And beat him up, of course.
Right. One time Blake was like, I hope you have a boy. I was like, why? He goes, so I can play football with him. I'm like, honey, that's like way down the road, though. Like, I have to wait quite a few years to be able to play football.
Peaking right now. So I'm going to continue to peak.
Oh, yeah?
And so when he's peaking, I'll be peaking.
He's peaking at 5 years old. You're like, perfect. It's time to play football. That's funny. No, yeah. So we're super excited for that. First little baby in our family.
Maybe.
What do you mean, maybe? Crazy.
Just joking.
Okay. Well, anything else before we get into it? Oh, you should tell them about the jury thing. Do this with us.
Oh, yeah. All right. So just on Instagram at the gym and on an ad, it popped up. Sorry, that didn't sound right. An ad popped up and it is for the jury experience. So basically they're coming to Phoenix April 30th and June something, I think. May something and April something. And basically what happens is they play out a court case and you're like the jury, I think, and you vote on basically what happens and I think the final verdict. So
that's going to be so fun.
You get the whole jury experience and entertained and hear like what happened and kind of make decisions and stuff.
And so we bought tickets.
Yeah.
For April?
Yep. April 30th, I think.
Yeah. So if you want to do that with us in Phoenix, that's where we'll be.
Yeah. On the balcony.
On the balcony.
Balcony was like $35 to $40. Everything else was over 100 and I was like, ow.
Yeah. I don't think the view matters that much.
Yeah. I like it from above a little bit more.
I like this angle.
Yeah. I like looking down on on the prosecutors.
Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting. I think it's just like a fake trial. We get a witness and
vote
and get all the evidence. Yeah, so it'd be pretty fun. I'm excited.
I saw people they're like this, like on their phone.
Doing what? That's so mysterious.
They're like talking to each other and like had their phone out. So I think you vote on your phone.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. So do that with us. It'd be super fun. We're excited for that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now all this chit chat. I have 3 stories for you today. All 3 very short Reddit stories. And this is off of the Reddit titled, "What's the craziest true crime story from your hometown?" So all 3 come from this thread. You ready to get into it?
I'm ready.
Let's roll. Okay. So, first one. This is from Spooky Kitten. Reddit is so great with names.
know.
It's so good. And you got to keep in mind, obviously it's Reddit. Who knows if these things are true?
They are.
They are. And I've like tried to look it up. I'm like, maybe I'll do like a full episode on one of these cases.
Yeah.
But I mean, I couldn't find all the details. So I'm like, okay, Reddit it is. So how true? Not sure. But according to these people, it's legit. So Spooky Kitten Row says, my brother had a friend whose dad murdered his family. The guy killed his wife, daughter, and daughter's boyfriend, and their dogs, and tried to lure his son, my brother's friend, home to kill him as well, but he didn't come home. When the police arrived, the bodies were reportedly propped up with guns that were armed at the door in a booby trap. The guy is still sitting in jail, and the son, who had the same name as him, changed his name completely. He and my brother had been friends for decades at that point, but my mom had stopped my brother from going over there anymore since he was a child because he came home once and said that his friend's dad, had guns everywhere. The daughter and her boyfriend were still in high school at the time that they were murdered and worked at the local McDonald's, and there's still a little plaque honoring her.
At McDonald's?
At McDonald's. That's my whole story. So, I know. I'm telling you, 3 short stories. I have a couple things to say about this. First of all, I actually love when, I don't know where this is from. People aren't writing like where their hometown is, like where these cases are stemming from. But I love when like towns, typically are usually small towns, honor people like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like putting up plaques and stuff. I feel like that rattles the city so much more when it's like everyone knew this person. And we all saw them at McDonald's or they're in high school or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways.
You want to hear something sad?
Yeah.
In my hometown?
What? I'm unfamiliar.
Yeah, so when I was in like 2nd or 3rd grade,
Okay.
my friend, I'm not going to say his name, was killed by his mom.
What?
Yeah. And beat by his mom, and he died. And so, yeah, for like the next month, they had like counselors at our school like every day talking to us and everything.
Right
Yeah.
here.
SSC Express. Yep.
No way. How do I not know about this at all?
You weren't in probably school with me yet.
Yeah. I must have been super young.
Mhm.
Dang, that's horrible. I had no
know.
idea. Well, Brett and I talk about that a lot because we go on walks around the park and it passes our elementary school. And I'm like, it's scary how you have no idea what kids are going through. Like, when you're at school, you're playing and everyone's the same. You're like, oh, you're playing football, like soccer, whatever. And you have no idea that one kid could be getting abused or one kid could be starving or whatever. It's like so heartbreaking. Now as adults, you go and look at like this group of kids and it's so scary to know that things could be going on behind closed doors that nobody knows about.
Mm-hmm.
That's so sad. I'm shocked that we've never talked about that and I've never heard of that before.
Yeah.
That is so, so sad. And I'm like so sad for this. So obviously so sad that the whole family died. But the son who lived, who's this person's friend, like how do you overcome losing your entire family? And then your dad's in jail. Like how do you lose him to your dad? Like that makes me so, so sick.
It's also creepy. His dad was trying to lure him in.
Yeah. How you're like, no, I don't want to come up. And he was like grown at this point. I think I saw like in the comments saying that he was like in it. He was like 21 or something by the time this happened. I don't know if he was living at home, but like obviously his little sister was still in high school. But how scary? Cause like, no, I'm not coming home. And you like go to show. Obviously it's a very good thing he didn't. But yeah, living with that, like, dang, if I would have gone home.
Probably never trust anyone ever again.
It makes me so sad. That's horrible.
That is sad.
I don't know. I don't know how you overcome that. Anyway, so that's a very sad first one. They're all pretty sad, obviously, because it's true crime in your own back door. Okay. So the next one is from a person called Thing Putrid 1016. Lovely name.
Yeah. Hopefully you're listening.
Yeah, so hopefully you'll see. Hope you love this. Okay, well, his story, or her, they said two young boys on a walking trail came across a rape mid-act.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, when the rapist realized he had witnesses, sorry, this is a little dark. When he realized he had witnesses, he cut the girl's throat and ran off.
Jeez.
Sickening. The kids ran to a nearby house and had an adult call for help. The girl was only 13 years old.
Oh, man.
I know. A few months later, they found the guy after he had abused a child in his wife's daycare, and they had a DNA sample from that child that matched the one left in the 13-year-old girl.
Jeez.
It turned out he was the guy that this author, my sister, and I called Creeper, that lived about 6 houses down from us. Earlier that year, my father had previously threatened to beat the crap out of his guy for catcalling my sister and I on our way home from school, and my parents made us take the long way to and from school to avoid walking by his house. My sister was 13 and I was 16 when he was caught.
Good dad.
Good dad. That freaks me out to think that, like, she's the sister is the same age as the child that was abused. I'm like, I love these parents for being so diligent. Like, you're not walking by that house.
Yeah, that guy's a freaking weirdo.
It's just sad because you can't have charges pressed against someone for being a creep. Like, oh, like this older man is catcalling little kids, but you can't really do anything about it. So you're just like, avoid that house, avoid that man.
Yeah, and it's creepy. The girl was the same age as the
Yeah.
author.
So, like, that's literally my biggest fear is, like, a perp next door. Especially if, like, they're not registered or anything yet. You have, like, no idea who your neighbors are. I hear so many cases that, like, you just don't know who lives next door.
Yeah. Have you seen those, like, camera, like, Ring camera capturing, like, a little girl or a little boy outside? And the mom's like, "Hey, come inside," and they're about to come inside, and then like a van like pulls up and stops, and like reverses, and like then
think
the
I saw
mom
this
like
exact
sees
one.
it, yeah, and like runs out, yeah,
Yeah.
and then the dad comes out.
I
like-
love videos like that. I'm like, yeah, you scream, like, you chase that guy down.
Yeah.
Did the dad go out and, like, chase the car or anything?
I think he was confused what was going on because
He's like, "Where are we doing?
Was gone, and, like,
He's just getting amped up, has no idea.
Yeah, he was like already gone. I love also, this is just a random tangent, but I love those ones where like the dad comes home and is like, "We're gonna beat up the neighbors."
Oh, and the kids.
He has a daughter. "You want to help me?" He's like, "Yeah, I want to fight."
It's so funny because, like,
You
get
see the
both
personalities. Yeah,
personalities.
you see the other kid who's like the younger one or older one. They're like, "No, I'm okay." Like,
Yeah.
like scared. And then the other one's like, "Yeah."
I feel like it's
I wanna
always
fight
the
'em.
younger one that's, like, all fired up and
Yeah.
ready. It's so cute. They have a kid your age. Want to go beat him up? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that's awesome. Like, kids are like ride or die with their parents, it seems like. That is so funny. I literally, if I was just like 13 or 16-year-old, I feel like I'd be so scared to ever go outside again. I'd be like, luckily, obviously, this guy is off the streets. But, oh, also the
Remember?
wife, like, of this guy, like, I have a daycare and this guy is a creep.
I know.
Ew.
I feel like daycare should be a little bit more regulated.
Yeah, I assume the daycare was out of her house, obviously, is what I'm guessing. But I don't know what the rules and, like, regulations are for having a daycare in your house.
Me neither. Seems like not very much.
I feel like I'd be so pissed if I was a mom of, like, a different kid in that daycare. I'd be like, we're getting you checked. Like, this guy's a free. I'd be so mad. I can't even believe it.
Yeah.
Ugh, that's so gross.
Remember when our neighbor got arrested for like stealing cars or something?
Yeah, remember when our other neighbor got arrested for stealing a bag?
No.
When did they not push charges? He stole our friend's mom's purse.
Oh, like broke in. And stuff, too.
Yes,
Yeah.
broke in their house.
Remember?
Did they ever press charges? Yeah. Thief! That's like
Okay.
crazy. Okay, I swear we live in a good neighborhood. Sounds like
know.
horrible things are going on around here. I know. Are we in a good
It's gone
neighborhood?
downhill ever since.
Yeah, evidently. I wonder also with this case if this abuser was planning on murdering his victim or if it's just because he got caught.
I don't know what getting caught would have done. Because if they saw his face and the girl saw his face, it's like probably was gonna kill her anyways.
You think? Oh, that's true. Because then it's the girl, the
He probably
13-year-old.
would've, like if he wasn't going to, he probably would have tried to kill those boys too.
That's what made me sad, though, is like, obviously, the kids did the right thing, run
Yeah.
and go get help. But I mean, if this guy has abused other kids before, at least one other kid that we know of, and didn't kill them, it kind of makes you wonder, like, would he have left it at that? But obviously, this girl's 13 or older, could identify him, higher chance that he would be charged regardless. So maybe
Yeah.
you're right. I would like to think that it wasn't because he got caught, just for the purpose of the kids that ran and told. But
Yep.
obviously, this guy was at minimum a serial rapist and
And nasty.
yeah, nasty son of a gun. But thank heavens he's off the streets. And this is Brett and I were talking about this on the way home from our way to the airport today. I was like, I don't really. We're talking about why I don't cover kid cases. I was like, like, I think I'm just too controversial for some people. Where I'm like, you touch a child, death, like
I don't
immediately.
think that's controversial though.
I think sometimes I feel like I've watched a lot of true crime that they're like so anti death penalty. I guess as long as it's like 100% confirmed that that is the abuser is one thing. Okay, I have one more story for you. I know it's gonna be a quick episode, but this one is from.
At least we got it out.
At least we got it out. I don't know what this name is. Local inactivist. I think that's what it is. The L and the I are right next to each other. They both look like L's. It's hard to tell. So anyways, something along those lines. This is their story. This is the one that I really wanted to find more information on, but couldn't. So, says someone murdered the owner of a shoe shop in an in an apparent robbery attempt. 20 years later, we found out it was his wife and her boyfriend. The boyfriend was the cop assigned to investigate the murder. When he responded to the reported murder, he realized that the shotgun he'd used to commit the murder and left at the scene might be traced back to him. One of the first thing he did was grab the shotgun and hide it under a parked car. He came back to get it once all the other cops had left. The whole story came out decades later. The wife moved to Florida and remarried. During a fight with her husband, she threatened to have him murdered, saying she's done it before. Everyone's downfall. Her husband took the threat seriously and looked into it, and once he realized she'd been married before and her husband had been murdered, he went to the cops. It took about 10 minutes for her to cave and give up the cop. And I was like, okay, so many things. I want to really unpack this. I'm like, okay, she was married. She was having a boyfriend that was a cop. The cop is the one that committed the murder. He covered his own crime. I'm like, this is so crazy. I couldn't find anything to find out exactly where this case was, but
You should message her or him
the
on
author,
Reddit. Yeah.
yeah, but I need more details. Where do you live?
Yeah. We're a true crime podcast.
Yeah, we're a true crime podcast. Can I interview you? I don't know how true crime podcasts do that, where they have like journalists. Obviously, journalists, they're trained to do this. But I feel like I'd be so shy of being like, can I ask you questions about this case? They're so much better than me. So anyways, terrifying as a cop. Terrifying that the fact that the husband the new husband took his wife seriously, that she's done that before. I'm like, she has to have some sort of personality trait to be like, I'm gonna double check that. I think you're right.
And the cop's like, I killed this guy for you, and then he just like leaves and goes to Florida. Like, that girl's savage.
Kind of freaks
And
me
the
out.
cop's savage too.
Yeah, it freaks me out that the cop is like able to do that and just move on with his life. I'm
Savage, moody, nasty.
I'm savage. I was like, that sounds so familiar.
Classic.
You
bougie,
love
ratchet
girl music and any girl music.
Yeah, I like running
Blake's
to
an
girl music.
Olivia Dean? Is that
Yeah.
Olivia Dean fan. Yeah, he's been bopping to some girly music these days. Taylor Swift's
I
on the
just feel
playlist.
like 10 times faster when I'm running to her.
You do
I
not.
just feel light as a feather.
You're like just floating on air.
Yes.
That's funny. But yeah, like somebody like the cop who their literal job is to protect those in
And
their
serve.
in their society. And they're the reason that this person died. Like, I don't know how you go to sleep at night. I'd be like, I'm such a two-faced son of a gun. That's terrifying.
Yeah, it is.
Also, it cracks me out because this lady obviously sounds crazy, but the fact that she held on to the secret for decades, and then she's in interrogation for 10 minutes, and she's like, okay, yeah, like, we killed my ex-husband.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what, maybe just like interrogation skills.
Yeah, or she's like, yeah, this looks really obvious.
Like it's better to just confess instead of
Yeah, give
like
it
give no
give up the
reason.
guy so that you could get a lighter sentence or something.
True. Or like if you plead guilty, lighter sentence. If you out the cop, lighter sentence. It's crazy what the authorities can pull in order to like
In order to what?
get confessions. It's like you're just gonna take 20 years off their time because they confess. Like they're still super bad. Put them behind bars the whole time.
Yeah, but a lot of times you're helping them get someone worse.
Yeah.
So that's important.
Or I feel like even that, like even a lot of times, it's just so the family has like peace of mind that they know exactly who committed whatever crime it was. Still creepy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It is.
So, I know this episode was very different, super short,
Yeah.
but I just
We'll do
want.
better next time.
Okay, come on. It's not that it was better or worse. Some people like a little short blip. I just one, I already had these available and ready because we've been talking about doing this. It's been a long awaited time of us doing this. This is kind of what you can expect when we have a bonus episode. It'll probably be around the same time frame where we can just come in, pop in a little extra on the feed to give you a little extra stories. So this is what to expect in the future. I imagine we might start doing that once a month, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is the goal. Blake is probably going to do the next Reddit.
Yes, I am.
And we're super excited to hear from him.
Yeah.
So it's just wild that people are out there living with these experiences. And so if you have a true crime case that's happened to you or someone in your neighborhood, or if you had a close call that you're comfortable sharing, we can, of course, keep it anonymous. But we would love to hear your stories. You can contact us at siblingsincrime.com under the contact tab because we would love to share yours on the next bonus episode.
Yes, yes. The only thing I worry about being the one reading the story is I tend to not read everything.
He tends to not read.
I tend to
period.
skim and miss a lot of important information.
Yeah, so
So-
you'll just have to practice reading. Nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that. That's the most frustrating thing. Can I just say, I'll send Blake's. It gets me boiled up. I'll be like, I'll read a Instagram post, for example. Captions like, not crazy long, maybe
No.
4 sentences. No, 4 or 5 sentences. And I'm like,
12,
this is
15.
crazy information. Like, this is, like, it like mind boggles me. And I sent it to Blake, and I'll talk to him later that day. I'm like, did you see what I sent you? He goes, yeah, I didn't read it. I'm like, it was 4 sentences long. Read the stupid caption.
Yeah.
Or one time I sent him a post, and it was like, this crazy story. And then at the end, it's like, this is all a lie. Like, it's a joke. And I was like, Blake is not going to read this. So I sent it to him, and he texts back, wow, that's crazy. I'm like, you son of a, I was like, you SOB, whatever.
I read the first sentence. That's
Yeah,
it.
it's like, man killed wives after 15 years of, like, whatever. And I was like, he's going to read the first sentence.
Or I
and-
read the picture. It says it in the picture.
And then, like, literally 2 sentences later, it says it's all a lie. I was like, read the last sentence, F you.
I was like,
So that's why I do all the research and the cases and our good pal Hannah. Fun
Hannah.
Hannah. So that's why you don't hear from Blake as often. But,
Yeah. But-
maybe we can start.
yeah. I'm also thinking about making a history podcast.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit more.
I've been starting to listen to History Camp by Mark Gagnon, something like that. And it's just been super cool. And so it's just like talking about all the crazy stuff in history I never think about. Like, for example, the Knights Templar, Alexander the Great, I forgot who I learned about today, but basically the richest man ever. He was in Africa. Just stuff like that. And I'm like, it's just cool. So
So
I never
funny.
liked history.
I was say,
but
you've never been a history guy,
it's
really.
just kind of cool to learn about these guys who are like 15 years old, put in charge of a whole army, defeated something, started conquering the world. It's like, geez, these guys are freaking ballers.
It's pretty crazy thinking, like, those 14-year-olds. Like, do we have 14-year-olds like that around here these days?
Yeah. It's also crazy to hear about like their downfall. Like, like a couple of choices they made or people they trusted like ended up their causing their downfall, or an injury happened and it messed with their head, and now they're like
So sad.
going through all these issues and they just tear down their whole empire. It's like kind of crazy.
It is wild
Cool to
because
learn from the past.
well, it's interesting because you see people's lives laid out. Like, obviously, all of us are living our lives, and good and bad things happen. But when you can like see everybody's life in like a book or like in a podcast, and you're like, dang, like all this greatness, and then led up to like you dying and like your wife killed you or something, something crazy.
whoa.
You're like, whoa, like
Yeah.
all of that led up to this.
But a side note to that is there's this guy I listen to on Instagram, and he was saying how like everything bad in his life that's happened ended up being like an awesome thing. And so he's like just talking about how like you should always, if something hard or bad is going on, you should just know it's for your good. And like like he had like a brain tumor and ended up, because of the brain tumor, he became like a Nike athlete. He was like he would record I think he was like a videographer for someone famous. They fired him, and then he became like one of the biggest like hip hop agents out there, like just stuff like that. Like if you like take your experience, learn from it, and turn it around. It's really cool. And that's kind of like in history, you can look at other people's lives and then like learn from them and then turn it around, and so you don't have to go through everything that
avoid
go
some
through.
of their mistakes.
Yeah.
Because I have all the same mistakes going on as Alexander the Great.
Yes.
But
Conquered the world.
yeah,
And just
achieved.
trusted the wrong person.
Yeah. That's like the classic, like one door closed, another door opens type of thing.
Amen, sister.
Amen. Put that on a shirt. So if you think that Blake should start a history podcast, I cannot imagine you doing that.
I know, me neither.
I support you though. I think that'd be cool. Would you just tell it in like fun form? Like it's like a fun, like using like different like football analogies, or is it like, what do you
I don't know.
you haven't thought too much into it?
Yeah. Probably just be like Mark. I'm
Just like
kidding.
Marky.
No, I'm just kidding. Probably my own twist, but who knows? I got a lot going on. So,
Let's see if we get to it.
yeah.
Well, that'd be really fun. Well, before we leave, you got any true crime news for us?
Yeah, give me a second.
There's two that we've been talking about that are first to mind. So sad. Did you see? This is so heartbreaking, and I don't mean this to like sound light, but there's a kid recently who he was a foster child, and he passed away because his very obese foster mom sat on him.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that the horrible?
That's so sad.
I was like so shocked when I saw that. I was like, to think that actually could harm a child in such a way. I was like, obviously very obese. Things like that is like so traumatic for me for some reason. I'm like, that could have been so easily avoided. And I don't know if it was intentional or not, but either way, it makes me sick.
Welcome back to another episode of True Crime News.
Dun-dun-dun.
My name's Blake Murphy. This
I'm
is Allie.
Allie.
She's not going to talk much.
Okay.
All right, so first things first. A Phoenix mom killed over $100 dispute. Location, Phoenix, Arizona. Victim, Shauna Carter, 35 years old. Shauna Carter was a mother of 7, known by family as someone who held everything together. But on March 2026, a dispute over just $100 tied to a minor car incident spiraled into something deadly. Police say Shauna and her neighbor, Derek Jones, had been arguing for days. That afternoon, the argument spilled over, voices got louder, tensions rose, and then, according to witnesses, Jones allegedly pulled a handgun and fired multiple times.
Wow.
Shauna collapsed in front of her home. Several of her children were nearby when it happened.
Ugh.
She was rushed to the hospital but didn't survive. Jones was arrested shortly after and is now facing second-degree murder charges. Family members later said the same thing over and over again. She died over $100.
That's so sickening. I'm telling you, crazy neighbors. All day we've been talking about psycho neighbors. That's definitely our theme today.
Yeah.
Maybe that's our keyword.
You buy 5 acres and all your friends and family build on it. You put a massive backyard in between everyone.
You're like,
And have a
that's
little
why, as if
compound.
it's super feasible for every single person.
I think that's super feasible.
This is like the super logistic way. I mean, yes, feasible.
Because everyone shares the cost. It's so much. It's like
I know, but like
get the
where?
sickest
That's what I'm
backyard.
saying. Is like,
Queen Creek.
oh, okay. Simple answer.
Yeah.
All right, we're in.
Or Santan Valley. Wig. Disguise. Attempt after brutal attack.
People are so
Dixon,
weird.
Illinois. I was just flying to Illinois. But Moline.
You went to Moline?
Yes.
Wichita.
No, I went to Moline 2 days ago.
Oh.
Long flight.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah. Joshua R. Matthews is the suspect, 39 years old. Police say what started as a domestic argument turned into a near fatal attack. Matthews allegedly strangled his girlfriend during a violent altercation, leaving her barely conscious. Somehow she survived, and that gave police just enough time to respond. By the time officers arrived, Matthews had already fled. But instead of disappearing, he made a bizarre choice. He tried to escape town on a bicycle, wearing a wig as a disguise.
People, I swear, lose all brain cells sometimes,
Mm.
which I'm grateful for.
Yeah. Witnesses quickly reported him, and officers spotted him riding through the area. But the disguise didn't work. He was arrested after a short pursuit. Matthews is facing attempted murder charges, along with additional counts tied to drugs and obstruction.
Can you imagine you looking down the street like, is that Billy with a wig on? Like, what a weird event.
Facebook threat becomes reality.
Wow.
Lafayette, California. David R. Henson, 64, victim. Kyle Frederick Navarro, 36, suspect. Weeks after being killed, weeks before the killing, sorry.
He's practicing his reading.
Yeah. Kyle Navarro posted something chilling on Facebook. Can someone please kill this man? The man he was referring to was 64-year-old David Henson. At the time, no one acted on it. Then, in March 2026, Henson was found dead inside his home, killed with a hatchet in an extremely violent attack.
Oh my gosh.
Investigators quickly revisited Navarro's online activity and realized the threat hadn't been random. Police say Navarro allegedly went to Henson's home and carried out the attack himself, turning his words into action. He was arrested and is now facing murder charges, with prosecutors pointing to Facebook posts as clear evidence of premeditation.
I guess I'm confused as to, we don't know the dispute. Like, why the heck did he even make that threat?
Mm-mm.
That is so creepy.
Yeah.
And
probably crazy neighbors.
Yes, more
That's
crazy
why
neighbors.
Compounds needed.
And true. That would be so fun, actually.
Yeah.
Also, why, like, so many more cases than you'd ever suspect, or like with a hatchet or an axe, things like that. Like, that is so disturbing if someone can do that.
Probably like just because it's not tracked really. You probably have one, so it's like there's not like, oh, this person
Like, I
bought
already
this gun.
have
There's a
this.
serial number is
Yeah.
connected to this person.
Looking for like things you already have in the house or something.
Yeah.
I guess, but that's like
Okay.
so gruesome.
Candy Lady
Okay.
fentanyl operation.
Wow.
Tampa, Florida. Defendant Monique R. White, 42. Neighbors knew her as the Candy Lady.
Creepy.
But investigators say Monique White was running something far more dangerous behind the scenes. She was accused of distributing fentanyl disguised as everyday snacks, including chips and candy that looked normal at first glance. Authorities say some of these items were accessible to children, making the situation especially alarming.
Wow.
When law enforcement searched her operation, they found massive quantities of fentanyl, enough to potentially kill tens of thousands of people. Jeez.
That's
Prosecutors described it as one of the most disturbing trafficking setups they'd seen. White was convicted and sentenced to 60 years in prison.
That's so scary.
Yeah.
Isn't like
Newborn with. I'm just
oh,
kidding.
okay. Let me just tell a story. No, isn't fentanyl like labeled as like a deadly weapon now?
I don't know.
I think so. I think my sister-in-law was telling me about that. I'm like, that is so scary. And the fact that children had access is so disturbing.
Yeah. Woman killed, first of all. Woman killed. Body found in suitcase.
Wow.
Yoinkers, New York. I didn't even know that was a place. Yolanda Gonzalez, 26, suspect Luis Colon, 33. A disturbing discovery was made when authorities found a woman's body stuffed inside a suitcase near a roadway. The victim was identified as Yolanda Gonzalez, a 26-year-old woman who had been reported missing. Investigators say the suspect, Luis Colon, allegedly killed Gonzalez during a domestic dispute, then attempted to dispose of her body by placing it in luggage. Surveillance footage and evidence led police to Colon, who was arrested shortly after. He is now facing murder and concealment of a body charges. Police say the case highlights a pattern of escalating domestic violence that ended in a calculated attempt to hide the crime. All right, if you're going through it,
That's actually another
help.
thing that is shocking is how people put bodies in suitcases.
Mm-hmm.
We'll actually be covering one like that in 2 weeks.
Wow.
Which is not the first
Look
time
at
we've
you
heard
planning it out.
it. I know. Hannah's got our story coming up this next week.
Fontana.
Fontana. Yeah, so if you get us some money, we'll actually start paying Hannah real good. Which would be super cool, and I'm sure she would love that. She's great. So, keyword neighbor.
She's invested in us.
I know. We
And
love
we need
her
to
for
invest
that.
in her.
Yeah. This is a team effort.
Yeah.
Siblings in Crime is all about team.
Yeah, yes. Every cent is going back into the company.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously. Okay. Neighbor. Yeah? We're in agreement? Hands in. Neighbor.
What did we always used to say with that?
Murphy?
I don't remember. Oh, well.
Dang it. Now it's going to bother me.
Yeah.
Something on 3. Okay. Regardless. Oh, let's do it.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we used to do as a family, as kids. So that's all we have for this week. I know it's different, but it was still fun for us. And we'll be back next week with a regular episode on Siblings in Crime.
Yep. Adios.
Yeah.